104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Friday, a little rainy out, but that doesn't mean we don't have great plans for your weekend. And this is when, like you are not only the athletic director for UAlbany, Mark Benson, but you're also kind of our tour guide for the weekend for anybody who doesn't want to just sit around and do nothing. We got baseball, softball, and then maybe some other game that could be important this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and I take my job as part-time employee for the Greater Albany Conventions and Visitors Bureau seriously, so I'm happy to fill folks in on the weekend. But big weekend here on campus. Of course, we're all about academics at UAlbany, and this weekend is our graduation weekend, so a lot happening on this campus. And, of course, we've got baseball still competing this weekend versus Binghamton in a big series heading towards down the stretch into the America East tournament upcoming in a couple of weeks. So I got a good chance for our team to continue improving upon their record against Binghamton. And of course, as you referenced, still competing softball, not here this weekend, but at Binghamton in the America East Championship tournament. So we play today at 2:00 and a chance to continue to move on and advance in that tournament. So yeah, there's a lot happening here.
Mark, with graduation going on, do you see more students partying and supporting the teams, or is it kind of drop off a little bit? Like, I'm curious about how the priorities of the alumni.
Well, alumni is one thing. Our students, I think, are just breathing a sigh of relief that those of whom are successful in graduating from UAlbany and probably not partying, but I'm guessing they're trying to focus and looking forward to their next stage and trying to secure full-time employment if they already don't have it. So partying would probably be counterproductive to that. But in terms of supporting our teams, it's a tough weekend because the campus is going to be full of life and energy, but most of it, all of it, rightfully so, is centered around graduation. So I'm sure at our baseball game we'll have obviously our student athletes, the parents, and hopefully we will have some students that haven't left the area yet that aren't graduating that will come out and support us. So we're pretty fortunate that we get really good student support, and we love it when they do it in the right way.
Yeah, the perfect opportunity for everybody else to come out and support these teams who represent Albany in such a classy and awesome manner. Now, let's get to the big dog here. We've got the UAlbany lacrosse team. You fall to Hartford, but you still get a pretty amazing television draw, like a game that I think is probably the sexiest one in the first round, at least by my estimation. The UAlbany Great Danes versus the Syracuse Orange. We had Paul Carcaterra on. He covers lacrosse for ESPN. He said, hey, man, this thing all comes down to the face-off.
Yeah, really, disappointed I think our team is that we stubbed our toe against Hartford, although Hartford did go on to win the championship. Which was great for the America East because for the first time, at least in UAlbany men's lacrosse history, we received an at-large bid to the NCAA. So we had two teams for the America East in the NCAA tournament out of 16. So great step forward for our program, and really excited about the opportunity. We play Syracuse annually at their place always, and played them early in the year. It was a good game. We came up a little bit short. And really excited for Sunday at 7:30. We're a much different team right now as they are, I'm sure. And yet, as you alluded to, the face-off. I'm a newcomer to the sport. I've only been watching really intensely for the last year and a half since I've been here. But in my uneducated opinion, there is way too much emphasis put on that face-off in terms of its impact on the game. And if you look at how often we get to control the ball on offense and how productive we are. Can you imagine if we could get, 40, 50% of the face-offs, what we would be able to do as a team?
Absolutely, and it's. I like hearing your opinion because I don't know if anybody actually watches the teams closer than you do. You take great pride in your athletic program, and that's why you are one of my favorite ADs that we have on the show every Friday at 3:45.
I must be your only AD then. Your options are limited.
Yeah, no, Genio's across the hall going, what, really?
Yeah.
No, but Mark Benson from UAlbany. Now I like that. It's interesting because. The one thing I've always liked about Scott Marr is he doesn't kind of bow down to convention. It's what are my kids good at? How do I make them better? How do I make this fun and continue to make them want to go out and strive?
Yeah, I love the job that Coach Marr does. Our men's lacrosse program has a real distinctive brand, national brand within college lacrosse. We're different from other programs. The style of play that he employs with our team is really fun. I think for student athletes to play in, it's open, it's fast paced, it's freewheeling, it's disciplined, it's within structure. So I think student athletes love to play in it. I think fans love to watch it. I think we've got kind of a cult following across the country with our program, and certainly you mentioned Paul from ESPN. ESPN has been a big, I think, promoter of UAlbany lacrosse, and he does an amazing job. And we've had a lot of talk about what we just talked about with the face-offs and the importance of it. And I think my understanding is you got purists in the game that say, "Hey, you can't touch this or you can't touch that tenet." But I think if you talk to most people who maybe aren't considered purists, they would tell you that a change in that rule, I think, would really open up the game even more, make it more enjoyable for student athletes to play, more enjoyable for fans. So I think it's something I hope would be considered.
UAlbany AD Mark Benson with us now. Mark, one of your employees who actually works here as well, Brady Farkas, has been challenged by Wolf, our 59-year-old. I honestly think early Alzheimer's patient has said that if Brady throws him 10 pitches, he can put at least one in play. Brady throws in the mid-70s. What do you think? You've seen him throw T-shirts. Is there any chance Wolf can hit Brady?
I have yet to see Brady Farkas throw a 70-mile-an-hour T-shirt. I can only base this on my observations of him and his T-shirt throwing ability. I know the urban legend he spreads about his athletic prowess, but based on a T-shirt toss, I'd be a little surprised to see the radar gun hit 70 by Brady Farkas. And I think Wolf would have a better than average chance, at least getting a bat on a ball. And we'd be happy to host here at our baseball stadium if they'd like to have a showcase to see this happen.
You just lit a fire under Brady Farkas's rear end. 76. I believe he's hit the radar gun at 76 miles per hour, Mark.
Has anyone seen that? Has there been a screenshot of the radar gun, or is that just, again, urban legend maybe?
In Farkas, I trust. That's all I can say.
Brady's great. And he's a very upstanding young man, and I have no reason to doubt his integrity on this. If he says it's 76, I think Wolf's in trouble. I think he's in a lot of trouble. I think he'll foul one off. And I think when he does that, the vibrations of the bat is going to make Wolf just not want to play anymore. I love it.
Mark, we've had offers from Boston Spa and various fields to host this epic battle, but UAlbany definitely goes to the top of my list. I may have to be in touch to set this thing up in the very, very near future.
Let us know. We'd be happy to host and provide any support that you guys would need.
Thanks so much, Mark Benson, Athletic Director for UAlbany. Big weekend this weekend. Just make sure you go support the Great Danes because they are doing great things for the Albany area.
Great. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.